breathing, in terms of the breathing techniques too, there's two you could try. So one is just simply breathing in and out through the nose. And as you're doing it, you can put one hand on your chest and one hand on your tummy and just pay attention to the movement of your chest and your belly. So again, just one thing to focus on while you're
Mm.
breathing. And every time your mind wanders off, which it will, you just bring your attention back to your breathing and back to that movement of the chest or belly. And you can do that pretty much all anywhere, anytime. The box breathing is a really popular one at the moment too. So that's just breathing in for a count of four. You hold your breath for a count of four. You breathe out for a count of four, and then hold it for a count of four. And you just do that a few times. And it's a really good transition tool too. So most of the time we just go from doing one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And it's like we just leave this trail of everything we've already done today carries on to the next thing. Whereas if
Mm.
we could just do a transition tool like a quick breathing exercise before you get out of the car, before, as you're entering, if you don't work from home, or if you do work from home, if you're going from your home office to the rest of your house, have a bit of a transition tool so you're not carrying through whatever you're doing before to the next thing that you're
Mm.
doing. So any kind of transition tool, any kind of little habit, or it could be listening to a song, it could be something like that, just to break up that, transition from moving from one to the next. Turning off
I
notifications is a fun one of mine too. If you're really
love
trying to
that.
work on a project, like if I'm working on an event and I have to get my run sheets done, I turn my email, I shut it down. Shut
Yeah.
my email down, turn my phone, do not disturb, turn it face down so I can't see the screen too,
Yes.
and just really focus on, getting, if you've got a big project to do that's going to take you a couple of hours, it's
Mm.
better just to shut everything else down.
Yeah, I love that because it's kind of what I find is the getting into it is the hard bit. Once
Yeah.
I'm there, I can smash through the task. And I often
Yes.
feel like, that took me about one third of the time that I thought it was going to take.
Yeah.
I just procrastinated for the rest of the time. But if you're kind of not quite into the task yet, as soon as that email
Yep.
notification or text message or something, you just get pulled all the way back to the start.
You do. And you think, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'll just answer that one quickly. I'll just answer that quickly." Next, 3 hours later, you
I still
you
haven't done
haven't
the
done
thing that
that.
you were
Yeah,
trying
you
to
haven't
do.
done the thing that you needed to do.
Yeah.
Um, and that where it comes back to as well, setting realistic to-do list, for the day, for the week, is a really good practice of mine to not get overwhelmed too. I used to have
Mm.
these massive to-do lists that weren't achievable, and then I'd be so
Yeah.
hard on myself because I didn't achieve them and overwhelmed. Whereas
Mm.
now I have, I've got a overall probably, yearly calendar of things that I want to do. Then I break it down into monthly, I break that down into weekly, and then I break that down into daily. And
Yeah.
it might be just one main thing that I want to achieve each day.
Yep.
Um, and then I like to leave my Fridays free so that if, I didn't get something done, that's kind of like my overflow day.
I love that. Someone once said that to me about to-do lists because I'm a perpetual I will get this 1,000 things done today and then
Yeah.
oh, I did one and now I
Mm.
hate myself.
Yeah.
um But they were like, okay, if you realistically look at it and almost time block it in your calendar, right? Just assume everything on the list takes an hour and then time block it. You very quickly see you cannot do all of the
Yeah.
things on your to-do list,
Yeah.
you know? So it is, I do like that piece of advice in terms of really distilling it down into something
Mm.
that's actually achievable. I
And it's
love
getting it all out of your head too.
yes.
Getting it all out of your head and onto paper just to clear that mind and prevent that
Yeah.
overwhelm.